Harnessing the benefits of tax-deferred compound interest in life insurance. The miracle of compound interest. How to build wealth using life insurance. When we talk about the most powerful forces in the world, the first things that come to our mind are gravity, strong nuclear force, black holes. But when Albert Einstein was once asked what was the most powerful force in the world, he replied, as quoted by Albert Einstein, the most powerful force in the world is compound interest. He even went on and quoted, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it, he who doesn't pays it. And as quoted by Benjamin Franklin, money makes money, and the money that makes more money. That is probably the simplest explanation of compound interest we'll ever hear. What is compound interest? Compound interest is the interest on savings calculated on both the initial principal and the accumulated interest from previous periods. Interest on interest. It will make a sum grow faster than simple interest, which is calculated only on the principal amount. Compounding multiplies money at an accelerated rate, and the greater the number of compounding periods, the greater the compound interest will be. This is what makes compounding interest so powerful. Policy term. The longer an investment is allowed to compound interest, the higher your returns will be. Through the power of compounding, a small amount of money can grow over time into a substantial sum. Compounding and time are an investor's best friend. Watch the video in the description, The Rice and the Chessboard, which explains the true power of exponential growth and compound interest. Time factor. As quoted by Warren Buffett, time is your friend, impulse is your enemy. Take advantage of compound interest and don't be captivated by the siren song of the market. Siren song is used in reference to the appeal of something that is very alluring but also potentially very harmful or dangerous. And as quoted by Warren Buffett, again, my wealth has come from a combination of living in America, some lucky genes, and compound interest. Because if we give more time to compound, we will end up with a lot more in retirement. As quoted by Ken Hubbard, fun is like life insurance. The older you get, the more it costs. Hence, why we should start investing in life insurance when we are still young and when it is less expensive. That's the kind of math that astounded Einstein and Franklin and shows us the power of saving as much money as we can early in our career in a retirement vehicle so that it can compound over time. That's the reason why we have such long policy terms in life insurance. We usually come up with excuses such as, I will start saving for retirement once my kids are gone, or I'm so young, why would I contribute to my retirement plan when I have so many bills to pay? Start early when we are young. The bottom line is that time is money. So make the most of it when you are young and make the most of the power of the most powerful force in the universe work for us. Unfortunately, compound interest can also work against people with credit card debts building up. The quote from Albert Einstein in the beginning about compound interest, which stated that who doesn't understand it ends up paying it. Credit card interest is typically compounded daily, which means your credit card issuer charges interest to your account each day based on its average daily balance. In addition to possible late fees, and consequences can include a reduced credit score, which could affect one's future ability to take out loans and the possibility of losing assets to repay debt. The same basic math concept behind our retirement accounts growth. Exponential growth is a basic concept in math that occurs when a quantity keeps doubling itself over and over. This can lead to an astonishingly large number very quickly. Tax-deferred compound interest. Tax-deferred compound interest is a concept that refers to the benefit of postponing taxes on the interest earned from an investment until the future, when the investment is withdrawn. Because our investment will continue to grow faster without taxes. Tax-deferred compound interest employs triple compounding. It pays interest on the principal, interest on the principal, and the interest on the taxes that would have been paid otherwise. This is why many financially savvy people choose to maximize their yearly contributions to tax-deferred tools. Life insurance is a tax-deferred investment which will enable us to protect our compound interest. Ways to capture the cash value in life insurance. Cash value life insurance is the only financial instrument available that offers us the opportunity to exploit the eighth wonder of the world with perpetual uninterrupted compound interest, which employs triple compounding. To earn compound interest in a tax deferred account, because taxes defeat the purpose of perpetual uninterrupted compound interest. Life insurance offers us the power of tax-free growth. Our gains are not taxed until withdrawal, which means 100% of those gains are compounding over time. It is not correlated to market ups and downs or interest rate fluctuations. We can see from the image an initial investment of $250,000 tax deferred over 20 years. Always remember, longer the policy term, the better. At 8% rate of return and 37% tax rate will enable the $250,000 to grow 74% tax deferred, and pre-tax the value is $1,165,239 as compared to a taxable growth of $668,397, and post-tax the final return from tax deferred account will be $734,100.57, which will be $65,703.57 more than the taxable account. How investment income is taxed. Unless we invest in a tax deferred account, we will have to pay taxes on any investment growth at the regular income tax rate and cutting into our growing interest. Taxes can dramatically impact our investment portfolio both in the short and long term. There are different types of taxes on investments, and each one is taxed differently, such as taxes on interest, on dividends, on rent, on managed funds distributions, on capital gains from property or shares. We pay taxes on any investment income. I'm so glad that life insurance is not considered an investment, because any investment gets taxed annually as compared to life insurance, where the tax is deferred until withdrawal. It will not do us a whole lot of good to compound the interest on our investments only to watch it get taken by the income tax department every year. By lowering our tax liability on our investments, we can reach our financial goals sooner. Best photographic comparison between taxed growth and tax deferred growth. Speed breakers every year with taxed growth investment, or one speed breaker right at the end, which is way ahead in the future and not even visible right now with tax deferred growth. Four important quotes on compound interest. As once quoted by Baron Rothschild, I do not know what the seven wonders of the world are, but I do know the eighth, compound interest. This eighth wonder can be a huge boon to young people that start saving early for retirement, as their funds may be able to compound gains for decades. And as quoted by Charlie Munger, understanding both the power of compound interest and the difficulty of getting it is the heart and soul of understanding a lot of things. And as quoted by Robert Brault, if you understand compound interest, you basically understand the universe. And last but not the least, as quoted by Jeff Rich, compound interest is a proof of God's existence. May the force of perpetual, uninterrupted compound interest in life insurance be with you. Please go through the description for the sources for this presentation. I have shared the link to my next presentation, How to Benefit from Inflation for Maximizing Profit and Protection with Life Insurance, at the end of this presentation. And do not forget to check out the playlists for more presentations. If there is something to gain and nothing to lose by asking, by all means ask. Thank you for taking the time to watch this presentation. I sincerely appreciate it. Namaste.